Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sketch of the Day. For me, actually, this is incredibly early. I woke up incredibly early this morning, so we're doing some early morning sketching today. Now, one of the things I wanted to try and do today that I thought would be interesting is like a character design sketch. So I have been drafting a comic in my spare time, and I'm only in the thumbnailing phase, so, I have a story written, I have the thumbnails being drawn, but I only have about 5 pages drawn, and the detail is not high right now, right? So I thought it would be fun to do some character design. I'm going to briefly describe my main character. We'll go through and we'll make some notes on here to sort of guide what we wind up doing. So, first thing to note about the character is that she is a high schooler. I thought it would be interesting to follow a high school character because primarily whenever I write things, I write adults. And I thought it'd be interesting to follow a kid who's dealing with way more than she should have to be dealing with at her age. The next thing that's important is she is a psychic. So she's a high schooler, she's a psychic. When I say psychic, she has the capability of reading other people's thoughts and emotions and intent. So it's not like perfect telepathy where she can just immediately know what everyone's thinking all the time, but it's like if someone's thinking something strong enough, she can detect it and she can feel the thoughts of everyone around her, which is part of the main conflict of the story that I'm writing. Next thing I think I want to note is that in terms of her social life, she is pretty withdrawn. She's very isolated. She's kind of a socially awkward kid. And again, this is kind of because she's psychic and can tell what everyone's thinking all the time. And she just kind of has issues with being. She has issues with being. She's kind of insecure. She's a little bit nerdy. When it comes to her family situation, she is the only child of a single mom. And that actually plays into how she is the way she is. And she has a strong connection with her mother. She also has kind of a strong sense of justice. Which is part of what helps her get in trouble in the story that I've got written so far. She has a strong sense of justice, and when things aren't the way they should be, she feels the need to correct it. She feels the need to go out and be correct and make things better, right? Which is what makes her a compelling protagonist, because she may be shy and withdrawn, but at least she understands when something is wrong and she wants to stop it and help. Yeah, so these are some of the key things about her to note. I don't have a name yet, so we're gonna roll with it as it is for right now, and we're gonna get drawing. I think I'm gonna draw a couple different things here. I want to draw her head kind of isolated, and then I also want to draw her like a full body reference drawing of her. So we'll just draw whatever we draw, and whatever we draw sticks, and that's what we're gonna do. Alright, fast forward voice here. Something that frustrates me deeply still is that the video is a whole heck of a lot less high quality when viewed after I've drawn, and it's really hard for you to actually see what it is I'm drawing. I'm very sorry about that. I will, of course, put a picture up at the end which will show you exactly what I've been working on, but basically what I'm doing here is I'm just drawing a couple different portraits of this character. I draw 3 in total. This is the first one. It's sort of a 3/4 angle, which is my weakness. I do 3/4 angles all the goddamn time. It's ridiculous. As you can see here, this other one that I'm doing now is an opposite 3/4 angle. But anyway, 3/4 angle headshots of the character making kind of a solemn expression. This is something I wanted to kind of draw because she's a lonely character. She doesn't have very many friends. She kind of sticks to herself. She has a, you know, like I said in the video, like a strong sense of justice, but also social isolation. All kinds of stuff like that coming out as she is just kind of hanging out there. Now I'm working on another portrait, which is a side angle view of her yelling about something. I don't know what it is. It could be she saw something disgusting on the floor. It could be someone she knows and loves just got impaled with a spike. I don't know. I don't really know what she's so distraught about in that illustration that I'm doing now, but, you know, good expression test, something that is good to just, like, understand the way that she's feeling. And then over here, I begin to do a body sketch. Now, I actually like the way that the proportions on this one turned out, but the actual pose was pretty bland, mostly because this was just a generic pose to try and, like, capture a full body image of what this character might look like. I think the design I wound up going for is a little bit boring. It needs some elaboration. I'm probably going to study, like I did in the other video, fashion stuff to see, like, you know, what is it that teenagers nowadays wear? What is it that they would find cool or, like, interesting to be wearing? Because that's sort of what I'm going for, is that she's a teenager who kind of just, you know, she has a strong sense of justice and isolation, but she also does want to fit in and belong. So she's going to be wearing something that's more, like, up to the same standard as the other kids, but I don't know what that standard would be, so we're just gonna have to figure that out as we go on this journey. I did draw her with some baggy pants and a sweatshirt, because if that ain't the lonely kid attire, I don't know what is. That's what I wore when I was in school. And, you know, there's an element of self-insert to characters like this for sure. But, you know, I'm not psychic, obviously, so who knows. But yeah, we're nearing the end of this sketching process here, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching all these videos so far. The response has been incredible. Here we go. So I've done a couple sketches here. I have this full body one, where I depicted this character with some, she's got like a hoodie on, I think that's what that's supposed to be. She's got these baggy pants. I did draw a belt originally, but that would be under the hoodie, so the hoodie kind of goes over top of it. And then I just drew some headshots of her. I really like this one. This is the one that I think I'm the most proud of. This one's okay. This one is fine. I want to sort of try and figure out her hairstyle a little bit better because it feels like it's not quite as consistent as it should be. Same with like her eye size. Like in this one, it feels like it's way too big. But like her hair should be going down a little further. I don't know what the back of it looks like just yet. But this is sort of what I have so far. But something that I'm really trying to work on when it comes to character design is having hair be kind of consistent across the design, because a lot of the time I'll draw a character and the hair will kind of just be whatever, and then I never draw the character again, so like it didn't really matter when I made the hair, right? But in a case like this where I'm going to have a character that's going to be consistently shown, I want to have it consistent so that I can draw it consistent, right? I do think that so far she's got a pretty good ability to be drawn over and over again, because I did just draw her 4 times. And, you know, I will probably do more illustrations of her in the future. But for now, this is what I've got. Yeah. I know it's not like a full sketch today, but I wanted to just get some rough outlining and some rough sketches done. I could go through, maybe tomorrow I'll do a full illustration of her, like, doing a pose and sort of with a more streamlined and interesting design, and then I'll film that for a sketch of the day. We'll see what we do. One thing I did want to note that I haven't started using yet, but I did buy these books from a Korean artist named Taco. They are character drawing books, so you can kind of see there's all kinds of stuff. Ooh, that was ooh, there's boobs. I don't want. Oh, there's boobs. Okay, yeah, you know, just some neat character illustration stuff that I could use in the future. And I do want to do a video where I go through this book as well as this book. It came in a set of 2, and look at them and sort of draw from them for you know, my art. Okay, without further ado, that's going to be it for Sketch of the Day for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for more Sketch of the Day.